Welcome to Tiger Island. We ask that everyone remain in their designated seats throughout the entire presentation. After the presentation, please remain seated. A staff member will direct you when it is your turn to exit the venue.
Tiger Island is a complete animal care facility that provides our tigers with the care they need to live a long and healthy life. The primary purpose of Tiger Island is to raise awareness of the real threat of extinction of tigers in the wild. Through education and fundraising, we can make a positive change to their future. The DREAMWORLD Wildlife Foundation is the world's largest contributor of money to the globally recognised 21st century tiger, an organisation dedicated to giving wild tigers a future. Thank you for being here and helping us save tigers.
Alrighty, DreamWorld. Well, how about we round of applause for our Tiger Stars and our awesome target handlers as they make their way out onto the island. That's the way. So today we have Peter on the island who will be leading our presentation, and he will introduce our tigers and our other handlers in just a moment's time. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Tiger Island, right here at DreamWorld. It's so great that you could join us here today to witness some amazing natural tiger abilities, but also learn about a really important conservation message as well. But just before we get into that, I might introduce myself. So my name is Wildlife Ali, and they call me that here at DreamWorld because I love animals. Now, hands up DreamWorld, make some noise. Who else loves animals out there? Anyone? Lots of people. Well, that's great. And that's really important because the animal kingdom actually needs people like you. Yes, we can look after those animals and ensure that they survive, especially these beautiful tigers behind me here, but it looks like we're slowly getting into position. And Peter, I might throw it to you.
Thank you very much, Ali. And again, guys, welcome along to Tiger Island. The first thing I'd like to say is that at no stage during this presentation will you see us force the cats. It's always going to be encouraging with the favourite treats out here, as well as praise. Now, we find the audiences that participate the most in our presentations really do get the most out of it. So if you see something you like, make a bit of noise, a bit of clapping, cheering, screaming, get involved. I'm sure we'll all have fun. Now, I've got a few cats to introduce you to. Here we've got three of our youngsters. This is Khan over here, and Khan is going to be worked by Mel today. Then we move over to Zikari over here, who's going to be worked by Pat, and Jarvi down the other end there, who's going to be worked by Simon. Now, these tigers are only 18 months old, so they're only youngsters. So we'll see how they go today. Now, we've got a bit of training with them, and they're so far working out pretty well. Now, we've also got Adira over here, who's going to be worked by Ben. She's a 5.5-year-old female. She's actually responsible for two of the boys out here, Jarvi and Zikari, and we'll look at her correct behaviour because she's been doing it for many years now. But how about we start things off right now, though, with a nice big round of applause. Come on, let's everybody. Alright, so we're going to be starting off with some milk out here. It is just a normal full cream dairy milk. When the guys are ready to go, they're going to show you our first behaviour. This is what we refer to as a sit-up. There we go with Adira, Jarvi, Zikari, and Khan. Oh, what a perfect way to start the presentation. Now, sit-up behaviour is generally used by tigers to gain a little bit of extra height from their bodies. So perhaps they're walking through long tall grass, trying to locate prey, trying to locate position. Maybe they're trying to pick up a scent mark on another hanging branch or rock. This is exactly how they would go about doing that. Now, they can sit in this position for extended periods of time, and for us, it's also an awesome way to give you guys over there an idea of just how big the tigers are. But what about if they push up on their back legs? They're going to be a little bit taller, aren't they? And that's what we're going to see now when we stretch them up into what we call a rise behaviour. So we can get them up on our shoulders. Imagine the environment that animals are a tree out there in the wild. Yeah, why not give them a round of applause? Pretty tough, aren't we? We're looking at the moment about the boys are about 140, 150 kilo mark. Here it's about 120 kilos. We're showing you at the moment how we go about to Khan over there, he likes to do a little bit of a dance with you from time to time. So if you can imagine that they're a tree, Out there in the wild, the tiger would lean up against the tree, digging their claws into the bark. Of course, it's going to leave a visual indicator that they've been there and let other cats know just how big the dominant male or female of that territory is. It probably feels really nice to them as well, stretching the ligaments in and around the claw area, and helps to keep their claws in tip-top condition while removing any bit of dead claw that might be there. So again, very important behaviour for tigers. Now, as I mentioned, we love you to think that we're pretty tough, but the reality is the tiger is doing the work. We're going to show you that down when we get them to go into what we refer to as a freestand or a fight stance, and you'll see that they're quite capable of supporting their whole weight on their back legs all by themselves. There we go with your curry, doing a great job. There we go with calm as well. Not quite as good, and the deer is like, yeah, you know what? I'll do it when I'm ready, thank you very much. And again, as I mentioned, we don't push the cats around. They don't want to do it, they simply don't have to. Alright, so the freestand or the fight stance. Two tigers will assume that position and bash each other around the face area. Now what they're trying to do is knock their opponent onto the ground where they can then dive on top, grab a hold with the claws, and then strike out with their main weapons, of course their canine teeth. Now we're going to see our deer in here, and as I say, she is absolutely probably out of all of the better of them. There she goes eventually. Let's give her a round of applause. Very cute one. So what we're going to do now is bring the cats down the front and give you a look at their teeth. Now I have a plastic replica in my pocket here of the tiger's canine tooth. So the part that you're seeing at the moment is the smallest part of the tooth. The thickest and strongest part, very deep in the skull, and this gives them lots and lots of extra strength in and around the jaw area. Now this is just one of the contributing factors that enable tigers to be able to bring down prey up to 5 times their own body size. So baby elephant, baby rhino, particularly the large deer species, things like sumper and sheep-tailed deer. They'll also kill gower, which is like a great big water buffalo. And these animals in their own right are pretty tough critters. Hence the reason they have these nice, big, strong teeth. But that does bring us to the end of the meal behaviours. How about another big round of applause? We'll finish that all off there. And I'll hand it back over to you, Raleigh.
At the DREAMWORLD Wildlife Foundation. But for now, Peter, should we jump into some more behaviours?
Jump, I see what you've done there, Raleigh. Exactly right. A platform jump here is just 3 metres. As you can see, Jarvis is making this look absolutely effortless. And yeah, it's a very simple jump. So it's about 6 metres a tiger can in fact jump. Now this is also assisted by their speed. Top speed for a tiger is about 55-60 kilometres an hour. And they'll accelerate to that in around about 3 seconds. So you can imagine a lot of extra momentum is gained from that. So he's really just hopping backwards and forwards. So yeah, no problems at all. The other thing that's assisted by is the tail. We're going to bring actually this is Jarmy coming up now. We're going to bring Jarmy up here. I want you to notice his tail. Notice it's not standing still. It's flipping up over his back. And this is not going to give him extra momentum and also to balance him out. So you might have seen in the fight stance the way that they use their tail almost like an extra leg. So they use their tail when they're balancing. So very, very important part of the tiger. And I think Simon's going to get him to jump back just maybe 1 or 2 more times. Now Jarmy out of our tigers was the last one to make this distance here, so he's still gaining in confidence. So it is a confidence jump. The more obviously they do it, the easier it becomes for them. So we'll bring him back a couple more times, again watching further than the tail. And I think we're going to bring him down. And how about we give him a round of applause? Nice encouragement for him. Alright, now so far what we've been doing is highlighting skills that tigers would require for survival in the wild. We're now going to show you a technique of training that makes our lives so much easier. It's called mark training. Very simply, a mark is the board that the guys have got in their hands here. Put the board on the ground, tiger walks over and places both front feet on it. So it's pretty simple to train. Stand on a little bit of wood, I'm going to give you tons of food for it. But now we have access to the tiger. So if we want to take a temperature or give them their yearly vaccinations, maybe we want to bring a vet in nice and close to have a look at any injuries or problems that they might have. We can now do that without any stress to the animal and of course no stress to the vet crew. What about if we want to have a look at joint movement in older tigers? Simply by using 2 mark boards, our tigers can move from one place to another, and we can video that so we can show our vet, or we can send that to vets all around the globe to see if there's anything that we can possibly do with those joints as they're getting a bit older. As you can imagine though, moving a tiger from one place to another means that if you want to get involved in the media, you want to make a movie or a commercial or a documentary, something along those lines, how simple is that? Okay, no problems to get a tiger to move from wherever you need them to go. Now we enjoy being involved in the media because it has an income. Not an income for us, not an income for DREAMWORLD, but an income for tigers in the wild. As we touched on earlier in the presentation, go back to the wild, give these guys a fighting chance. Anyway, that is the more serious side of Tiger Island. Of course, we're also about behaviours. And this next one's quite interesting because a lot of the early literature will tell you that tigers can't climb. Now, the theory here is that the tiger is too big, the claws are too small, there's no way they can support their weight in the tree. So who of you out there would like to see a tiger climb this tree right here, right now? Anybody? About 5 of you. Come on, who wants to see a tiger climb a tree? That's what I wanted to hear. Now, straightforward process. Get a chicken on the end of the pole, put the pole up the tree, tiger climbs the tree. In the wild, it might be a bird or a monkey, maybe a leopard's left its prey hanging out of the branch of a tree. That's when we'd expect a tiger to be climbing. They're not just going to climb a tree just because it's there. But anyway, men, let's get it going. If you've got high, no problem whatsoever. Everybody the perfect opportunity to take a couple of photos. Again, she's coming down the street, watching Carl and everybody moving around as she's balancing herself as she comes back down. Hold her applause because we're going to try and do something beautiful. We're going to see she wants to do a bit of a dive for you. Tigers love water. How about that?
DREAMWORLD, how about another big round of applause for our beautiful tigers and our awesome tiger handlers today. So that does wrap up our presentation here today at Tiger Island, and we really hope you enjoyed watching those natural behaviours, but also learning about that important conservation message as well.
Okay, so we're here at Tiger Island. We've just seen the tiger show. Weren't they magnificent, guys? We need to look after our wildlife. We need to protect our tigers. Hope you enjoy watching. Cheers.